that's a real person, threw for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns in a win over Cincinnati. He made a second start against the Colts last week before injuring his forearm. But according to Jets coach Robert Saleh, he'll remain the Jets starter moving forward while Zach Wilson recovers from injury. LeVar, is this a sign that the Jets regret taking Zach Wilson, a.k.a. the Mormon Mahomes, number 2 overall?
I won't say buyer's remorse yet, but I will say trepidation, buyer trepidation. There's my $10 to go into the jar.
Trepidation.
I think there are some concerns. But again, this is a team and an organization that has not been able to develop that position since Joe Namath. So when thinking about if you having buyer's remorse in terms of or have regrets on who you've drafted, you got to take a chance because your team isn't good enough to not take a chance on a quarterback in the first round with a top pick. And I almost feel as though if it would have been Trevor Lawrence, if it would have been Justin Fields, if it would have been any other quarterback that you want, Mac Jones, if you want to throw any other quarterback, and this is one thing I do know. Great players go to horrible organizations to die. And you can say no all you want, but that is just the truth. And the New York Jets the quarterback's position is a quarterback where players go to die. And that's what's going on right now with Zach Wilson so far. Mike White has come in and under less scrutiny, under less pressure, is having the opportunity to prove as a journeyman that came from, I believe, Dallas, that he can play in the league. This is a man that is auditioning to have the opportunity not only to be a starter in the National Football League, he's auditioning to just be in the National Football League. When you're playing with that amount of, I can take my career from here to here, versus if I am a number 1 draft pick and I have the ability to do this from where I come in a steady decline, I do not look at this as being a favorable situation for Zach Wilson. And to say that they don't believe in him or they're having remorse or they feel like this is a regret, I don't think that you go that far yet. But I think that there are bigger issues that they are trying to address in that organization that stem far beyond the problems they're dealing with Zach Wilson. And until they're able to address those things and make themselves a better organization, they're going to continue to have buyer's remorse for high draft picks because they're not going to have enough time in that type of a market to be able to get developed, to not get put in situations like a Sam Darnold or Mark Sanchez or any other quarterback that you want to go to that's been drafted by this team.
LeVar, you hit it there right at the end. This is not a sign that they have regret that they took Zach Wilson. This is a sign that Robert Saleh knows he's got much bigger issues than a quarterback controversy or who's starting under center. Let's be real. This is the 32nd ranked defense in scoring and in total yards. It's the 27th scoring offense, 24th in yards, I believe. So the issue is not who's only in New York would this suddenly become who's going to start at quarterback. It's a quarterback controversy. Have we lost faith in Zach Wilson? J-Mac, you introduced the subject by saying that Zach Wilson is recovering from injury. There's nothing that Zach Wilson has done that would suggest we need to hurry him the hell back out there because, my God, what are we're going to continue to – we're not going to lose as badly if we have Zach Wilson out there? I mean, what are we talking about? Zach Wilson isn't ready to play. Mike White is, so let's go ahead and work with him. And by the way, if you know you're going to have to start Mike White because Zach Wilson isn't available because of injury, why would you tell Mike White going into the game, yeah, you know what, no matter what you do, you don't have a chance of keeping the job? Why would I do that with a team like this, with a guy like Mike White who's champing at the bit? And all that said, look, love what Mike White has done. But can we slow our roll just a little bit? He has demonstrated that he's better than what we expected from a fifth-round pick. But he's 1-1. He beat a Bengals team that just gave up 40-plus points to the Cleveland Browns, who couldn't score 20 in the previous three games. He's got 5 TDs and 4 interceptions. Mike White has been a certain revelation, but it's not as if he's demonstrated by any stretch of the imagination that he is now ready to be a franchise quarterback. So you put it all together. There's no reason to have regret that you took Zach Wilson. Robert Saleh's just got more important things to worry about than who the hell is starting a quarterback for the New York Jets.
Yeah, I think the producers wanted to get this topic in the show to really just dig into me, get me fired up and, just flip out because I'm a Jets fan. And I will point out, Mark Sanchez got my Jets to 2 AFC title games. He game managed his way to it.
Thank you.
He did get there. All right, the reality here's the reality of the situation. We've seen backup quarterbacks
and he's a teammate.
Throughout the league. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
We've seen quarterbacks throughout the league come in and shock people. Colt McCoy last week, guess what he is? A veteran. Cooper Rush for Dallas went into Minnesota. Nice win, dude. Trevor Siemian came in relief for Jameis Winston and beat Tom Brady at home. So we've seen backups have some success. Mike White was phenomenal against the Bengals. That is correct. However, look at the opponent this week. It's the Buffalo Bills. They are #1 in the league in pressure rate. Hughes, Ed Oliver, the rookie Rousseau out of Miami. They're killing quarterbacks. Go see what they did to Tua a few weeks back in Miami. You don't need to put an injured Zach Wilson out there to get further injured and really ruin what's been a pretty bad rookie season. He got dinged up. I think he was sacked 8 times against the Panthers in the opener. He had to face Bill Belichick twice. Let's not call Zach Wilson a bust. He's not even on the road to Bustville. He's a 22-year-old young kid. Mike White, by the way, 26, been around the block. This is really a New York media story. Hey, we can sell some newspapers if we call it a quarterback controversy. It's not. Zach Wilson is the guy. Mike White, hey, maybe he can perform well here and they can flip him for a 3rd or 4th round pick to the Panthers who need a quarterback. They already took Darnold for way too much. So this is not a huge story. It's just shedding light on my Jets, who are a bad organization still. I need to become owner in about 10 or 15 years when I save up enough money, and then we'll turn it around. But, LeVar, right now, it's ugly.
I think the sensible approach to this is what you alluded to, Rick, is the idea of fixing this team, fixing the culture. Saleh is a defensive-minded guy. So expect for him to build through the draft, build his defense, and what he's going to start with is building that offensive front and building that defensive front and building back from there. But look for him to try to solidify building a strong defense as that enters into building a strong offense. And I would assume that would be the best approach in what has been a failing team. So to have your quarterback in waiting, you've got him. He's here. You don't risk having any type of long setbacks. You don't risk getting him shell-shocked. And now all of a sudden, like Sam Darnold, he's damaged goods that can't recover from that. That's seeing ghosts on the sideline. They telling him, hey, Sam, get the hell out of here. Get out of here, Sam. You don't want that with your new guy in Zach Wilson. So do it the right way. My biggest concern is, will Robert Saleh or any other coach that's brought in have the ability and the time to be able to do this and build a culture and build a team? That's going to be the biggest concern and question for Jets fans.
Defense has 3 starters out for the season already. It's shot. Anyways, Cam Newton is a Panther again. But will he look like Superman or just Clark Kent? Don't go anywhere.
Those look good.